The man without self-reliance and an iron will is the plaything of chance, the puppet of his environment, the slave of circumstances. Regard every suggestion that your life may be a failure, that you are not made like those who succeed, and that success is not for you, as a traitor, and expel it from your mind as you would a thief from your house. The athlete trains for his race, and the mind must be put into training if one will win life's race. There are three kinds of people in the world: the wills, the won'ts, and the can'ts. The first accomplish everything, the second oppose everything, the third fail in everything. The greatest thing a man can do in this world is to make the most possible out of the stuff that has been given to him. This is success, and there is no other. The world takes us at our own valuation. It believes in a man who believes in himself, but it has little use for the timid man, the one who is never certain of himself, who cannot rely on his own judgment, who craves advice from others, and is afraid to go ahead on his own account. Many a man would have been a success had he connected his fragmentary efforts. Spasmodic, disconnected attempts, without concentration, uncontrolled by any fixed idea, will never bring success. It is continuity of purpose alone that achieves results. It is, says Professor Matthews, only by continued strenuous efforts, repeated again and again, day after day, week after week, and month after month, that the ability can be acquired to fasten the mind to one subject, however abstract or knotty, to the exclusion of everything else. Money, influence, and position are nothing compared with brains, principles, energy, and perseverances. Happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance, order, rhythm, and harmony. Believe with all your heart that you will do what you are made to do. Most of our obstacles would melt away if, instead of cowering before them, we should make up our minds to walk boldly through them. Don't wait for extraordinary opportunities. Seize common occasions and make them great. Weak men wait for opportunities. Strong men make them. Opportunity becomes invisible to those who are doing nothing or looking somewhere else for it. Success is not measured by what you accomplish, but by the opposition you have encountered and the courage with which you have maintained the struggle against overwhelming odds. When we are sure that we are on the right road, there is no need to plan our journey too far ahead. No need to burden ourselves with doubts and fears as to the obstacles that may bar our progress. We cannot take more than one step at a time. All men who have achieved great things have been great dreamers. The first part of success is get-to-itiveness. The second part of success is stick-to-itiveness. Don't think you have no chance in life because you have no capital to begin with. Most of the rich men of today began poor. The chances are you would be ruined if you had capital. If you do not feel yourself growing in your work and your life broadening and deepening, if your task is not a perpetual tonic to you, you have not found your place. Genius, that power which dazzles mortal eyes, is but perseverance in disguise. The universe is one great kindergarten. Everything that exists has brought with it its own peculiar lesson. The mountain teaches stability and grandeur, the ocean immensity and change, forests, lakes and rivers, clouds and winds, stars and flowers, stupendous glaciers and crystal snowflakes. Every form of animate or inanimate existence leaves its impress upon our soul. There is no medicine like hope, no incentive so great and no tonic so powerful as expectation of something tomorrow. The golden opportunity you are seeking is in yourself. It is not in your environment, it is not in luck or chance, or the help of others. It is in yourself alone. What keeps so many people back is simply unwillingness to pay the price, to make the exertion, the effort to sacrifice their ease and comfort. Obstacles are like wild animals. They are cowards, but they bluff you if they can. If they see you are afraid of them, they are liable to spring upon you. But if you look them squarely in the eye, they will slink out of sight. A woman who is self-reliant, positive, optimistic, and undertakes her work with the assurance of success magnetizes her condition. She draws to herself the creative powers of the universe. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Opportunities, they are all around us. There is power lying latent everywhere, waiting for the observant eye to discover it. Wanted, a man who will not lose his individuality in a crowd, a man who has the courage of his convictions, who is not afraid to say no, though all the world say yes. A good laugh makes us better friends with ourselves and everyone around us. Never allow yourself to dwell on your weaknesses, your failures, your unhappy condition. Hold firmly the ideal of your efficiency, your competency, your divinity, the conviction that you were made for health, success, and happiness, and struggle vigorously to attain that which will help you to realize this condition. Just make up your mind at the very outset that your work is going to stand for quality, that you are going to stamp a superior quality upon everything that goes out of your hands, that whatever you do shall bear the hallmark of excellence. You will find the whole world will change to you when you change your attitude toward it. Our destiny changes with our thought. We shall become what we wish to become, do what we wish to do, when our habitual thought corresponds with our desires. Your outlook upon life, your estimate of yourself, your estimate of your value are largely coloured by your environment. Your whole career will be modified, shaped, moulded by your surroundings, by the character of the people whom you come in contact every day. Believe with all your heart that you will do what you were made to do. It is like the seed put in the soil. The more one sows, the greater the harvest. Just because you are struggling on a farm or in a factory, doing something against which your whole nature rebels, because there is no one to help you support your aged parents or an invalid brother or sister. Do not conclude that your vision must perish. Keep pushing on as best you can and affirming your divine power to attain your desire. Hundreds and thousands of poor boys and girls with poorer opportunities than yours have done immortal deeds because they had faith in their ideal and in their power to attain it. The tonic of success is a marvelous producer as well as stimulant. By the law of mental magnetism, one success attracts another, and after we begin to win, it is comparatively easy to keep on winning. Nothing is more foolish, nothing more wicked than to drag the skeletons of the past, the hideous images, the foolish deeds, the unfortunate experiences of yesterday into today's work to mar and spoil it. There are plenty of people who have been failures up to the present moment who could do wonders in the future if they only could forget the past, if they only had the ability to cut it off, to close the door on it forever and start anew. Every discovery in science and art is due to the trained power of seeing things. Keep your eyes open, your ears open. Trace difficulties. No man can be ideally successful until he has found his place. Like a locomotive, he is strong on the track, but weak everywhere else. The most of us make our backs ache carrying useless, foolish burdens. We carry luggage and rubbish that are of no earthly use, but which sap our strength and keep us jaded and tired to no purpose. If we could only learn to hold on to the things worthwhile and drop the rubbish, let go the useless, the foolish, the silly, the hamperers, the things that hinder, we should not only make progress, but we should keep happy and harmonious. Love, like the sun, never sees the dark side of anything. Always carry yourself as though you were marching to victory. Make this impression upon everyone who sees you. Let victory stand out of your very face. Let it speak out of your eyes with such determination, with such vigorous resolution, that people will know that there is no such thing as keeping you down, no such thing as discouraging you, because you are victory organized, because you are in the habit of winning. Give people the suggestion of invincibility. What we do when defeat stares us in the face is the real touchstone of character. But the very fact that success has time and again proved the means of awakening people to the knowledge of greater ability than they ever before dreamed they possessed ought to hearten and encourage us to keep on no matter how often we fail. If we brace ourselves and continue to push forward, we will ultimately win out. Wisdom will not open her doors to those who are not willing to pay the price in self-sacrifice, in hard work. Her jewels are too precious to scatter before the idle, the ambitionless. Saturate yourself with the ideals, with the convictions which you long to come true. Keep your mind filled with them, and they must, by the very law of attraction, force out their opposites. For like attracts like. If you hold the love thought in your mind, The hate thought must go. Love and hate cannot live together. Light and darkness cannot live together. A great many young men try to justify themselves and check inward protests by the perpetual self-suggestion that it is better to keep on, for the present, in questionable occupations, because the great financial reward will put them in a position to do better later. This is a sort of sedative to the conscious, to keep it quiet until they can afford to listen to it. Personal nobility is greater than any calling or any reward that it can bring. Before water generates steam, it must register 212 degrees of heat. 200 degrees will not do it. 210 will not do it. The water must boil before it will generate enough steam to move an engine, to run a train. Lukewarm water will not run anything. One of the strangest things in life is the false ideas everywhere prevalent regarding the nature of happiness. The general belief seems to be that it is founded on things that can be bought with money. The more money, the more things, and the more things, the more enjoyment, the greater the degree of happiness. But money has never yet been known to buy happiness. No one has ever yet found happiness by chasing it over the earth. It is not in our food, it is not in our drink, it is not in our clothes or material possessions. It is not in excitement or a constant round of pleasure. Happiness is born of right living. It is the child of right thinking and right acting, of helpful service. A selfish life never knows real happiness. Greed and envy never touch it. Fears and doubts repel prosperity. Abundance cannot get to a person who holds such a mental attitude. Things that are unlike in the mental realm repel one another. Trying to become prosperous while always talking poverty, thinking poverty, dreading it, predicting that you will always be poor, is like trying to cure disease by always thinking about it, picturing it, visualizing it, believing that you are always going to be sick, that you can never be cured. Nothing can attract prosperity but that which has an affinity for it, the prosperous thought, the prosperous conviction, the prosperity faith, the prosperity ambition. The highest happiness is the feeling of well-being which comes to one who is actively employed in doing what he was made to do, carrying out the great life purpose patterned in his individual bent. To have done no man a wrong, to walk and live unseduced within arm's length of what is not your own, with nothing between your desire and its gratification but the invisible law of rectitude. This is to be a man. Your suspicion attracts suspicion. Jealousy brings more jealousy. Hate more hate. Just as love brings love to meet it. As friendliness brings more friendliness. As sympathy and goodwill to all draw the same to you from others and increase your popularity and magnetic power. The power of material things to bestow happiness, to bring joy into the life is tremendously exaggerated. The right mental attitude, the trained mind, will bring to us the best there is in the universe. The habit of learning to appreciate to the utmost every situation in life adds wonderfully to the sum total of one's happiness. But many people are incapable of real happiness because they never learn to appreciate anything except that which appeals to their own comfort, pleasure, or appetite.